Hey, it's NieRe, coming at you today with another pick a card reading. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for viewing this video. Tomorrow we have new moon in Cancer, okay? So yes, it's affecting everyone, but especially those who have Cancer placements. Cancer sun, well, sun in Cancer, moon in Cancer, Ascendant in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. I have moon in Cancer, so it's going to be some type of new beginning for me. And if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be like an eclipse for tomorrow as well. So big energy happening, big changes this year. I know that this year hasn't been roses and dandelions, but hey, we got to make it do what it do. So I have 4 piles. This is the moon messages, new moon in Cancer reading. Okay, and we're going to see what comes up. Let me bring this down for you guys. Okay, this is your first pile. It says, I saw that karma, Rhondonite stone, zebra stone Jasper, and I have Septarian. We're gonna go ahead and start with pile 1, our usual, jump right in, see what the new moon messages are for pile 1. Let me lay it out. Amara the Menahune is that it talks about healing. So for new moon in Cancer, whoever chose pile 1, you guys are attracting healing into your lives. Healing of all forms. Physical healing, mental healing, emotional healing. You might be eating better foods. This card is actually encouraging that, encouraging you to eat more wholesome foods in your diet. Meditation is good for you at this time. Reiki, do your research. All forms of healing is good at this time. This card, it says, I keep my own counsel. So some of you guys might be spending some solitude time, meaning alone time. You guys may be learning to appreciate more of who you are and appreciating more of what it is that you bring into this world, but also like appreciating like your time alone, knowing and learning that you can trust in yourself and that you don't have to exactly reach for that trust outside of yourself, but that you do have what it takes to be able to confide in yourself, to be able to talk to yourself, to be able to affirm yourself, to ensure that where it is that you're going is ultimately where you're going to be. So I do see more self-trust, more self-love surrounding this card for this pile. I have 5th house energy. It talks about passion, fun. 5th house also includes children, the beauty of all things in life. So this card gives me like a gratitude vibe where you guys are just like having feelings of more gratitude, more gratefulness for what has happened in your life, but also what is to come. Just appreciating where things are now, finding the fun and the joy within yourself, and then also seeing it outside of yourself. It's like you guys are really cultivating your inner world to make it sturdy and foundational for you before you start reaching towards someone else and attempting to make someone else accountable for your happiness. So a lot of pleasure here, entertainment, you guys really just enjoying life more. I see that coming forth for pile 1, and there's a light-hearted energy where you guys are just finding what makes you happy and doing the things that make you happy on your own. And again, connecting that gap outside of yourself. So there's a lot of inner work here that's going to start reflecting on the outside for you. I have the Man-Eater card. This card talks about how you need to be a bit careful of your fun time. Some of you guys may have like a lot of potential love interest in your corner. And if you do, if this applies to you, then you need to be mindful of how you treat these people. The Man-Eater card is like ruthlessness, treating others however you feel is fit without consideration, right? So you want to make sure that you're still considering other people's feelings and thoughts and not getting too carried away. Sometimes we tend to abuse our powers. Make sure that your beliefs are aligning with some of the things that I talked about earlier in terms of gratitude, have an appreciation, rather than thinking and feeling that people are disposable, because that is not true. So everybody has value. Just make sure that you're not abusing your power at this time. Try not to get carried away. Yes, you can have fun, but do it within boundaries. Do it within respectability. And if someone is treating you as if you're disposable, then you need to just do away with them, because you don't need that energy. Pile 1, I see you leveling up. I see you rising. You're going into a higher vibration. This is not something you want to take with you. It's also possible with this Man-Eater card that you want to be more choosy about the people that you spend your time and energy with. This Girl Power card talks about taking care of yourself and, you know, similar to what I was saying less than 5 minutes ago, having those boundaries. Some of you guys may need to pay attention to like your sexual health around this time, really taking care of that area, making sure that things are balanced. And I think that this also goes along with this card. So again, being very mindful of who you mess with around this time, the quality of people, so that you do not compromise the equilibrium within yourself. For pile 1, it's possible that you may have been more prone to sexual infections, sexual diseases recently, or that could be coming up in the near future. And that's why it's so important to be mindful of what you put into your body. It's all about what you put into your body, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of that. So really being able to take care of yourself in the way that you know that you need to do it. So you really have to pay attention to yourself. You want to be in a place of receiving rather than putting out so much energy at this time. And if you're going to put it out, put it into yourself, because I am seeing where you just really have to give a lot to you at this time. And that's what the new moon messages are giving me right now. So just caring for you, nurturing yourself, all of that. So let's pull some clarifiers and see what else we can get from this new moon energy for pile 1, what the messages are. I have 6 of Pentacles. So yes, what you put in is what you're going to get out. This is about an exchange of energy. So being more conscious about what you're putting out into the world, what you're putting into yourself, and understanding the effects, the consequences of like what that could look like if you were to give it back. So be more conscious of the exchange of energy, the give and take. Being mindful of when it comes to give and take, make sure that it's balanced. Make sure you're not giving too much, and make sure that when you're receiving, that it is like wholesome for you and that it's sustainable. With this death card, there is an end to something. This is about letting go of what no longer serves you. So if it's not fitting, if something is not fitting in your life, don't try to force it. Don't try to make it fit. Because I see where it can drain you. Something here has died. I'm going to pull one more. All right, two more. Two more. Protect your energy right now. Protect your energy at this time. There's anxieties here. You want to make sure that you put yourself in a state of calmness. Like you want to really make the effort to relax. Like that's what you really need to do at this time. You want to put yourself in a place of where you can unwind. And yes, enjoy yourself at the same time, enjoy things. But in order to usher in this healing, again, you have to let go of something. And this also includes that anxiety. So be careful of your mental health. Be careful what you take in at this time. I have the Lover's card. So you want to focus more on the things that you love rather than the things that you don't like. So it's good to stay out of drama at this time. It's good to really harness this love for yourself, this love that you have for other things and people and situations. This is the energy that you need to be in, this love energy, to raise your vibration. So that was pile 1. I hope that was helpful. Please comment and like, subscribe. Okay, so pile 2, Rhondonite. What moon messages are here for you under new moon and Cancer? I have a lady with a Bosch egg. This is ancient wisdom. So you guys are going to be accumulating a lot of wisdom at this time. You guys are going to be researching. You're being asked to do so. You're being asked to evaluate some of the lessons from your past so that you can apply it into the near future. So it's about going forward rather than backwards in order to be stable. With this 31 card, it equals 4. Number 4 is the card of structure and stability in numerology. So your foundation, your core values, your beliefs, they need to be sturdy. They need to be they need to be things that are developing, but also things that are going to help you move forward in the right direction. Things that are conducive to you. The next card says, I communicate with compassion. So it's about you guys really paying attention to how you talk to yourselves at this time and how you talk to others. Because when you speak with compassion, it shows me where it's more likely that you will be receptive to yourself, but also receptive to others. People are going to notice your passion. People are going to notice the things that you say that you believe in. Some of you guys may be pretty vocal on social media. Some of you guys may need to start being more vocal on social media. There's something here about utilizing your voice. This is about the I. This is about adding things in regard to your experiences and really welcoming people in to get a preview of what those experiences are and get a feel of who you are and what it is that drives you at this time, your motivation, your drive, things of that nature. So if you're looking to communicate better with others, the route that you need to go is compassion, through compassion. So if you don't know much about that, I would say look into it. But compassion, it's like a feminine vibe with compassion. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a female or a woman, because we all comprise of masculine and feminine energies. But, you know, that vulnerability, that being able to be transparent, some people appreciate that. So, you know, this is an approach that I see working for you. And this is going to come from the things that you have learned and the research that you have put forth. It could be about topics, personal experiences. It's going to be your twist when you communicate. Like when you write things out, when you speak things, this is going to be from your makeup, from how you do it. I have the 11th house card, which is the card of associations and friendships. So remember earlier I was talking about being able to communicate with others and receptivity, knowing how to get your message across, right? So this is about community. You guys, coming up due to new moon in Cancer, you guys may be doing a lot of community work. Again, I mentioned social media. That's a community too. And I see you guys adding to that. I see you guys learning a lot. I see you guys really focusing in on the future and how you want to cultivate your purpose at this time. Group creativity is also in this card. So something that comes to me is about the importance of like working in groups. They say that sometimes if you work in a group and if you know people and you got the right connections, sometimes they can get you farther. There's something that you have that people need. And if you want to be likable in a group, then you got to get them to hear you, right? You got to get them to hear you. You got to get them to listen to you. I mentioned compassion, right? So this is one of the ways. I'm getting that a lot of eyes are going to be on POW too. Power of persuasion. This card talks about being able to persuade a group of people, being able to influence. I gave you one, compassion, making sure that you research and you know, really walk through your experiences so that you really know what you're talking about. You're going to be connecting with people who have common goals. And as I said before, you have something that people need. You do. And so with the power of persuasion, it's really important for everybody, including you, to find the common ground within the people that you associate with. In the group that you're in, you want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. You want to make sure that there is understanding, that people are actually really serious about what it is that they want to do, and you want to be serious as well. So with that being said, like one of the other ways you can persuade is also by getting to know the people that you are associated with. Not just them getting to know you, but learning what their motives are in the deal. And then you can see if it's a good fit or not. Money hungry is the next card. So some of you guys are going to be going into business endeavors with someone else, with others. Just know that money is not the end all be all, and that when you do something, just make sure that you love it. Yes, you want to be prosperous. I do see money here, but purpose is very important. Having a sense of purpose, having a sense of direction. Because when you have a sense of that, and then you're working your plan, you're working your goals, and people see that you're serious and that you are consistent, this is a part of what's going to make that difference. Because people are going to see that you mean what it is that you say, you do what you say you're going to do, and that should make people want to give you money, or it should make people want to come to you for advice, or come to you about input about certain topics, ideas, things like that, because you are grounded in a sense where people know that it's not just for the money, but that you love what you do and that you're willing to expand within it. People know the difference between someone who is just in it for the money versus, wow, he's really compassionate about this. She's really compassionate about this. So let's see what else we can get from our clarifier cards. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, there is like a business opportunity here, some type of opportunity. It's possible that for some of you, this opportunity may not come right away when you want it. Something may not fall through because of a conflict of interest, but that doesn't mean that you should stop working at things on your own time, solo, or at least working with the people that are in alignment. I want to look more into this. So why is this in reverse? Be careful of your emotions, and you have to work on your patience. Things are not going to happen overnight. It takes time. It's a gradual process. Don't worry so much about being the leader, okay? It's about getting work done at this point. It's about showing people who you are. It's not about, I want everybody to see me, and just be the leader at your own drum. You don't have to be the one to exactly lead a group. You do not have to do that. And everybody isn't going to see you right away. That's okay. It's just about putting in the work at this point. So just make sure that your ego isn't getting in the way. All right, pile 2. Let me know if this made sense. I like the energy. I really like the energy of this pile. It feels like really empowering. Okay, pile 3. Zebra, Stone, Jasper. Let's look at your cards. Angel of Alchemy, a miracle is coming through. Something is coming through that maybe you thought was not going to come forth. You probably thought that it was impossible. Know that anything is possible. Know that God works in mysterious ways. I'm also getting manifestation vibes here. I'm getting a lot of spirit in this card. Like spirit is doing things in the background. And whatever this miracle is, it's going to be when you least expect it. It's like a shift that you may not notice right away. It's just something that falls into place naturally. I remain in balance with my emotions. So emotionally, You guys are either at a balance or coming back into one. This talks about yin and yang. This talks about how it is important to have your emotions in check, but also being able to feel them at the same time. And know how to transmute them. Some of you guys also may be making head over heart, heart over head decisions. And it's like you have to learn how to weigh it out to see what is most conducive at this time for you. Fourth house energy, it's about your roots. So you guys might have some changes happening in your home life. Something also revolving like family, maybe some decisions revolving around a family member. If you are having problems with a family member, if like, for example, let's say there's a sick family member, right? What if this miracle has something to do with them getting better or things turning around for the best? What if this miracle is a blessing to your family, to your home life? Some type of blessing is coming. This is about your inner world, okay? You are receiving balance through emotional healing. Some of you guys are really going to be getting into your genealogy. So genealogy, so learning about your family tree, the background, learning where your family has come from. You guys are going to be picking up certain things that have been passed down. Like maybe you learn something from your grandma, or you learn something from your mom, something that you can carry on for when, you know, when they're no longer here. Like you'll be able to say one day like, oh, my mom used to make this, or I learned this from so-and-so, or I learned about this. And then you start cultivating those things and intertwining it in your day-to-day or during holidays, or like I just see like a picking up of something in terms of family. Self-care is also really important here around this time in terms of the new moon. It's funny because, okay, so new moon in Cancer tomorrow, eclipse, fourth house is also ruled under the sign of Cancer. So some of you guys may be water signs, some of you guys may be Cancers, may have Cancer placements, but there's something about being into yourself right now and about your image and about how you are perceived in your family, how you perceive yourself in your family, and what it is that you want to bring forth as a tradition at this time. This card says brand yourself. So we were talking about self-image, right? It's about being true to who you are, who you say you are. Not exactly who your family says that you are. Like, yeah, you can take that into consideration. Some of the things that they may have to say about you are true, and some of them may be projections or mirrors. But what do you think and feel about yourself? What do you feel like? It's about being realistic about your path. It's about being realistic about who you are, where it is that you want to be. Acting through that rather than being a people pleaser, right? This card talks about branding yourself. Like, you know how some people brand themselves through social media? And some people are successful simply because people just, you know, they gravitate towards that person, or they just love them, or they appreciate their transparency, or they just appreciate some of the things that they share about their own lives, their personal lives, and in turn helping others. So this is about branding yourself. It's about being bold. It's about coming out of your shell, coming from up under your mother's wing, coming up out of the nest, being bold, being more of who you are outside of who people have always said that you were and how you were supposed to be and what you were supposed to do. So, it's like a reshaping yourself and getting more in tune with who it is that you're supposed to be, how you want to be. So being true to yourself. So this next card, it says stage name. It talks about how, like, if you have the right alter ego, kind of like how Beyonce has an alter ego, Sasha Fierce, about how, like, if you could have the right alter ego, then it can help you grow and expand, especially if you were, like, introverted. Remember I was talking about being in a shell, being in the nest. So stepping outside of your comfort zone and getting with a personality or getting with an energy that's going to bring you up out of that, that's going to help you take a risk so that you can get where you need to be, helping you expand and grow, facing your fears, putting your doubts behind you, doing things that maybe you thought that you were never going to do. Now's your time to start incorporating those things so that you can begin to do so. This card also talks about freedom, about, again, being more bold, being who you are. But within expanding and growing and having your alter ego, just remember that there is another you that you have to be true to. So being able to put yourself out in the world with an image of how you want to show up versus who you want to be behind closed doors. You can do both, or you could be both at the same time, but there's something here about being bold and putting on an image or putting on a mask for others that could be beneficial to you. But within that, you still have to make sure that you're being true to yourself. Something else that I'm getting from this card, the message is like it just came and went. Give me a moment. Some of you guys are going to be entertainers in some type of way. Could be through social media, could be through other means. Dancing, comedy, through writing, YouTube, kind of like how I'm doing. Putting yourself at the forefront. So know that it is okay to have a mask, that it is okay to reserve a special part of yourself for those who truly matter to you. But know that it's okay to wear a mask that is positive, one that can help others, one that could help you grow and to expand, as long as you are not harming yourself and not harming others. So let's see what the clarifiers have to say for pile 3. A decision is going to be made about your future. Be open-minded. No pessimism here. Get rid of that. It's time that you get more confident. Some of you guys are going to be doing really cool things. You're breaking free. There's a cat. If you look at him, he's blindfolded. You guys are no longer allowing yourself to be blinded by things. You are taking the blindfolded off. You were taking the blindfold off so that you could see things for what they truly are, and stepping outside of that mental blockage that you had. But some of you guys are still guarded here. You guys don't easily trust. It's not exactly time for you to really start trusting other people like that. Like you don't have to put your all or 100% trust into someone else. That would actually probably hurt you more than help you, right? So I was going to say that something about you is going to be expanding. You will be getting more attention. People are going to be wondering what happened to you and who you are up until a certain point. It is okay for you to have your small circle of people. You shouldn't focus on being loved by everyone. That's not what you're here for. It's about being who you are. That's it. No compromise. No diminishing yourself. No demeaning yourself. 7 of Swords. There could be someone around you, or you have an innate feeling that you could be faced with people who have ulterior motives for you. And maybe this is why you have your guard up, and that's okay. I'm also getting an energy of where you need to be more discreet about your plans, your ideas, and how you are navigating your life at this time and what you're cultivating for yourself, because it's possible that you might have someone around you who kind of like throws your energy off when you bring up certain ideas to them. So there's certain things that you need to keep close to yourself. You know how like when you're playing cards and you have to like really hide your cards from the other person so that they don't see what your next move is? That's the energy that you want to take on for right now. So something good is coming to you, Pile 3. A little miracle is coming to you. A little blessing or a big blessing is coming to you. And everybody don't need to know about it. Everybody don't. So, you know. Okay. If you related to that, comment, subscribe, like, let me know the parts that did resonate with you. And I will see you soon, Pile 3. Okay, so I'm on to Pile 4. So strangely lonely, holding on way too tight, Pile 4. There is something here that you guys are holding on to for dear life. You guys are afraid. You guys are doubtful. You guys are, you guys are like putting forth like a low self-esteem here. Like you're holding on to whatever this is because maybe you're just afraid of what could happen in the future or happen on the other side. There's like a fear of the unknown here, what I'm getting. I affirm that all life is sacred. So you need to remember that 1, everything happens for a reason. 2, you are where you are supposed to be. 3, everything is going to be okay. Even if getting there is uncomfortable, it's going to be all right. So you have to know that whatever happens, you're going to be good. You're not going to be down for too long if if something were to go on. I see a dragonfly here. I'm being called to tell you to look up the spirit of a dragonfly and see if it resonates with you. I have Capricorn energy. So some of you guys need to be, how do I say this? Be more in control of your life, have more of a say-so in your life, rather than letting someone else make the decisions for you. So earlier today, I made a post. It said, quote unquote, if it doesn't fit, don't force it. You have to consider your time and energy, but also consider the other person's time and energy. But you have to know when you can do something rather than focusing so much on when the other person wants you to do this thing. So yeah, we have deadlines, we have time constraints, but if it's not a time constraint and if it's not a urgent deadline that's coming up, then I'm seeing that you need to learn to be able to stay within your own energy and work more from your time, your energy, and your effort rather than what everybody else wants you to do whenever they want you to do it. So if you get calls that are like, hey, I need you to take me to the grocery store. Okay, let's schedule. You shouldn't expect me to just do this right here and then. You didn't ask me how I was doing. You didn't ask me what I was doing. Don't assume that I'm just going to drop everything for you. Now, if you have children, that's different. If you have certain people in your lives that you're willing to do that for without it compromising your time, energy, effort, health, well-being, then okay. But you got to be more of a boss. You got to be more of a boss in your life, okay? Capricorn energy. Some of you guys may be earth signs. Funny thing is that this Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer, okay? So there's more of an empowerment feel that you need to have, more of an independence, more of a assertive nature when it comes to what it is that you want, how it is that you want to treat people, putting through those boundaries so that people know, like, okay, when I contact her, when I contact him, I need to work with them rather than just expecting them to just drop everything for me. Capricorn energy is also about discipline. It's about being grounded. Capricorn is father time. So time is very important. Rules, boundaries, regulations are very important. And, being structured is important. So having that schedule for yourself, and also having the ability to know where you cannot fit people during your time. So having those boundaries, having more control of where your energy goes. Some of you guys are scattered. Some of you guys may be afraid of bringing out a different side of you because you might not want to disappoint anyone. You might be afraid to tell people no. Some of you guys have to tell people no more. Some of you guys have to do that. You have to know that this new moon in Cancer, this energy is showing you how to be more empowered and having more of a say-so in your life rather than allowing others, allowing events, allowing things to take your energy any which way. That needs to stop. That has to stop. So it's like some people are used to you being consistent in ways for them, which is nothing wrong with that. It's really good to be consistent. But consistent in a space where it's like, again, you get a phone call, they tell you what they need or what they want, and then you're like, okay, I'll be there. Consistent in that way. Like they're used to you. Someone's used to you being a certain type of way. You need to be more consistent in a way where things are structured in your life so that you're not taking on too much, you're not giving too much, and making sure that people are reciprocating to you too. Because I see some type of depletion here. You guys are afraid to step out of something. The worst that could happen if you were to say no to someone is that either they're not going to talk to you for a while, or they're going to cut you off, or they're going to stick around and they're going to be like, okay. But for those who make a big fuss or they make a big statement towards your boundary about savoring your energy, your time, and your effort, those are the people that you're gonna get a feel of maybe you shouldn't really associate with them anymore, or you should just like pull back, because that's not appreciative at all. Like, some of you guys are really hard workers, really hard. And some people don't appreciate you for that. Okay, so I have the sideline card. This card talks about rejection, right? This energy, being a boss, can cause you to be rejected. It's okay to be rejected. You have to focus on what you can control and do not focus on what you cannot control, and just keep it pushing. Stay focused. Stay focused. This card talks about resilience. And that's why being grounded is so important. It's okay to mourn people that leave our lives. It's okay to mourn lost friendships and things like that. But it just shows me where, like, if you give in too much to holding on way too tight, if you give into that, to holding on way too tight, worrying so much about what others think of you, it's going to put you in a dark place. You got to learn how to keep it pushing. You can't be a people pleaser. You have to continue to do what's best for you at the end of the day, right? Divine timing. Another card about time. If you feel like your life is changing drastically, if you're going through a transformation, because I kind of feel that with this pile, that you guys are going through an uncomfortable transformation, just know that on the other side, everything is going to be okay, and that things will balance out in their own time. This is about divine timing. This is about how you need to relax. Yes, it's okay to be rigid, but you gotta have time to relax too. If someone is leaving your life, know that they can be replaced. You can have more positivity in your life. It shows me an enlightenment coming towards you about how you have been relating to others and yourself. A change is coming to that. You're going to be called to have a new way of doing things. It's no rush. There's no rush. Let this tower moment happen. There's a lot of pressure here because you're holding on way too tight and you're not allowing the changes to happen. Some of you guys want to be able to speed through this process. You got to let life do what it do. Going through this discomfort is going to teach you, grow you, and expand you. Some of you guys may have a disagreement with someone, or there's some type of mental confliction. Some of you guys are really confused about what the hell is happening right now. It's for your greater good, boo. This new moon energy is bringing forth a change, a much needed one. There is healing here, healing for you, more optimism towards the future. But you gotta get out your own way, because it shows me where some of you guys are really thinking so small about what you envision for yourself. There's more to this than meets the eye. Some of you guys worried about the future. Some of you are worried that that you're not going to get something that you want, or that someone is going to pull back from you. Get out of your ego at this time. Some of you guys are afraid of losing something pertaining to your home or family life. Some of you guys could be married. Some of you guys could be in a long-term relationship, or you guys are afraid of some type of shakeup. But what about what's going to make you happy? What about that? Some of you guys feel like you're going to be left with nothing on the other side of this, but that's not what I'm seeing. You got to be more assertive in your life. You got to call the shots. You got to set things up for yourself so that you know that with or without certain people, you're going to be good. All right, pal, that was your moon messages based on new moon in Cancer. I hope that this was helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if this resonates. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.